So when you wake up your iPad, this is the screen you should see. Each one of these colored boxes is an app. You can touch one of the apps with your finger to launch it and do the things that that app does. Now, I'm not going to cover what every single app here does. Your teachers will tell you which ones are important to them and how to use each one of them. But I am going to show you guys a few things today. Most important is making sure you can get it on the Wi-Fi. Now, this section is really for parents. So if I say things that you don't understand, kiddos, that's okay. I'm going to be going a little quicker and I might use some bigger words. To make sure that this iPad connects to your home Wi-Fi, we're going to be going up into this Apple folder here in the upper left corner. Going to click on it, and then I'm going to click on Settings. You will see in Settings on the left side here, there's one called Wi-Fi. Now, if you are on site here, it will say MSAD 72 Wi-Fi. Or if you have one of our mobile hotspots, it will also say MSAD 72 Wi-Fi. Otherwise, it's going to search for other networks. You'll see that occasionally next to the word networks over there, it's going to have a little spinning thing right there where it's looking for other networks. If yours is open and available, you should see it pop up here under that word networks. If for some reason it never finds your home network, you can click Other. You can type in whatever your network name is. And to type on an iPad, it's very simple. It'll come up with this keyboard. You just type whatever you want by pressing the keys. I'm going to delete that right now. If you've got a password on your network, you would want to enter it down there. Once you've entered all that stuff, you would hit this Join button in the upper right. Now, since I don't see anything, I can't join anything in this example. But I'm going to cancel out of this. Once you have successfully connected to a network, there should be a little check mark right next to that name. On the right-hand side next to that name, you'll see there's a little I. I'm going to click on that. And you might see lots and lots of stuff that it's just gibberish to you. That's okay. You want to see some numbers here. You want to see some stuff. That means it's working. I'm going to click on this on the upper part here, this Wi-Fi. I'm going to get out of that. And then I'm going to click on the Home button to get out of this. That is a very important lesson that I would like the kiddos to start paying attention to again. Anytime you're in an app, if you want to get out of that app, or if you are in a folder like I am right here, and I want to get out of that folder, that is another time where you click on the Home button. I'm going to click on the Home button right now, and you see that folder just goes away. If I go into another folder, I can click on that Home button and make it go away. So hopefully that allows you to connect to your Wi-Fi without too much fuss. If you have any problems with this, feel free to email us at technology@msad72.org and we can try and help you out. So as I said, I'm not going to go over every single app here. That would take way too much time. But I will go over a few of the important ones. First one I'm going to go over is a basic web browser. So I'm going to go ahead and click down at the very bottom. You'll see an icon that looks like a beach ball. It's green and yellow and red, and it has a blue dot in the middle. That beach ball icon is your web browser. It's the Google Chrome web browser. So I'm going to click on that. And the first time you launch it, you'll see something that looks like this. And you can just leave that check mark there and hit the Accept and Continue button. And if you want to sync passwords and history and stuff, you could sync it. I don't really think we need to do that. So I'm going to hit no thanks. It might pop up with this, and that's okay. You probably don't need it checking your location, so in this case, I'm going to hit don't allow. It's not a big deal if you've already done this and you hit allow. It's not really tracking you too much. But now we can go and see anything that's online on the web. If I click on this search or type URL right in the middle here, that allows me to type a web address. Now I've asked all of you to watch the videos that we are doing, so I'm just going to type that, lthp.msad. If I want to get a number, down in the lower left corner, you will see a question mark 123. That will change it to numbers. Or you can do this nifty shortcut that they're showing us how to do here. Either one will work. So I'm going to just press OK. And press that again to get my numbers to come up. MSAD 72, that is us. And then I'm going to go back to my letters. .org. We're going to go there. And there you can see, here is the video. If you were signed in, you'd be able to see this questionnaire. We have not signed you in yet, so you're not going to see it. And you could go to any website doing this. Now, how many of you remember how to quit out of an app? Tell your parents right now if you remember how to quit out of an app. What do I need to press? Did you say the home button? Because that's right. I'm going to press the home button right now and get out of Google Chrome. Now, there are some other apps that Google makes on here, and they are generally going to be located in the Google folder, which is up here next to that Apple folder. I'm going to press that, and you'll see we've got Docs and Sheets and Slides and Classroom and Jamboard, and by the time you see this, maybe there's some other stuff in there. The one that you really need to pay attention to is Classroom. So I'm going to go ahead and press the Classroom icon. And when you see this, I would recommend not checking the sign up for emails about Classroom feature updates. It's checked by default. It's not a big deal either way, but fewer emails is good. In general, your students should not be able to receive external emails anyway, so it probably wouldn't even get through. But I am going to press Get Started. And it's going to ask me to sign in with your Google account. Now, if your teachers haven't told you this, your Google account, I'm going to click in that field there to bring up the keyboard. Your Google account is the first four letters of your last name. So, last name, and then the first three of your first name. At, that's that little squiggly A with a line around it. That's called at. MSAD. They showed us a cool little trick. I'm going to press and hold this U and slide it down to get that 7 and the 2.org. So the first four letters of your last name, the first three of your first. Now, do any of you guys know how to change things if you make an error? If I want to change where my cursor is, I can press and hold, and I've got my finger held on the screen now. I know you can't see it, but it allows me to move this back and forth. I'm going to move the cursor right here and then let go. And my name is Mr. Hammer. My first name is Jeremy. So my email might be HAMM J-E-R. Hamjer. Some of your usernames are going to be pretty funny sounding. Now, teachers have slightly different email addresses, so technically, Hamjer doesn't work for me. So I'm going to delete this. I'm pressing that backspace key to delete it. And since I don't know your actual username or who's watching this, I'm going to use a test student, just so you guys can see the login. The next thing I'm going to do is press this next button, and it's going to ask for the password. I'm going to click up here and start typing a password. Now notice as I'm typing it, those letters pop up. If you want to see your password, there's that little eyeball above the next button. If I click on that, you can actually see your password. Now, passwords are very safe. It's not something you want to share with anybody except your parents or your teachers. I count as a teacher for that too. Your password should have been given to you by your teacher this year. So if you don't have a password yet, you'll have to ask your teacher. Now, if I want to demonstrate logging in test student, password is not their actual password. So I need to turn the eyeball off and delete these. And then I'm going to type in the correct password. And once I've got it all typed in, I'm going to hit Next. And here we are. We are in the Google Classroom interface. And this is my demonstration Google Classroom. And this is kind of what you will see. Now, I will have some more videos on how to use Google Classroom another time. But what I did want to make sure you saw is I'm going to quit out of Google Classroom by hitting the Home button. And then if I want to log into something else like Google Docs, I can click on that. And then I can hit this Sign In on the left side here. And notice how it's got my name or my test student's name already in there. It's going to remember it from the Google Classroom. So you don't have to type in your password a whole bunch of times with all these different apps. All I have to do is hit Continue as Test. And there we go. These are a couple of test documents that I have in here. And then when I want to quit out of this, I'm going to press the Home button to get out of it. Now, as I said, I'm not going to go over every single app. I'm going to press the Home button to get out of this folder. And I think that's all I'm going to try and cover today. So thank you very much for watching this. I hope you found it useful. And I will be having lots of other videos up throughout the year about very specific topics. So please keep checking back here. I wish I could have them all ready for you on day one, but you will get them, and hopefully they will be helpful. Thanks for watching.